wife's trying to kill me. What the hell is this? What is that? Look at that. That was in the meat. What could be wrong with your truck if it shakes and smells weird randomly? Well, you got a smell. Generally, smells come from two places outside the truck. They come from your starter solenoid, or they come from your catalytic converter. Those would be the two places to start with. And if it's shaking to go along with it, it's most likely the catalytic converter. The AC died twice, Maze Maker, but like the fact is my brother is an HVAC guy. Like we've changed a board out on it, we changed a fan motor, we changed a capacitor, and we've also cleaned it. So right now it's working. Well, that's the reason I was saying about the PS5. Like, you know, I'm probably going to have to wait on the PS5 pre-order because I just put $1,100 in car insurance, and then I spun around and had to put another $500 in my AC unit. My grandma's birthday was this month, so I spent about $200 there. I had to buy an urn for my grandmother, so I spent some money there. And you know, that and the fact it's tax time, I'm spending, might as well call it $9,000 in taxes. I'm not broke by any stretch of the means, but my savings account took a hit. I do have merch, Game Over Scythe. Like when you see like Mick Bennett like throw these huge donations, I doubt he makes all that back. But like he throws me huge donations, but I let him keep all the merch money. Why don't I get a window unit? My house is 2,200 square feet, AK-74, only 12. A window unit's not going to cool 2,200 square feet. Again, like I don't, like I said before, I'm not hurting anyway. But like, I don't see myself getting the PS5 anytime soon. So like, it might be like early next year before I buy it. Because like, I'm not gonna go camp out and do all that shit to get it anyway. And I don't want to take one from anybody else. I'll get one when I get one. It's not like it's going to change my stream at all. Like, more people show up for this shit than they ever do for, like, me and Skate playing Rainbow. Like, how many people we have me and Skate playing Rainbow? You know, we have almost 500 people here. I mean, I don't know why you guys want to talk about negative shit all the time. Like, life sucks. Like, to be perfectly honest, life fucking sucks. It sucks for everybody. Some people are doing better than others. Some people pretend to be doing better than others. Like before I started streaming tonight, me and my wife were watching a documentary on Chris Watts, and I was telling her that I looked extensively. Hey, there's Big Rocco. Rocco. But I looked extensively into like the Chris Watts and Shanann Watts like situation. Like I looked at all kind of YouTube videos, and it was mainly like finances that made it turn out as bad as it did, because Shanann wanted this big house, and this house was ginormous. And like both of them made about $60,000 a year. So like they made $120,000 together, and like the house was just in their budget to afford it. And then like they wanted new furniture, and like she got new furniture to go with it. They got 2 kids to go with that, so like their finances are pushed to the brim. And then she got pregnant with a 3rd kid, and then got sick, and then like started like talking shit about his family and stuff like that. And like, not to try to say like this deserves anybody to die, but like just that natural stress. Like there's a lot of people you see out in life that have these nice things. Like they got the Escalades, or they got this big fucking house, and they got the pool in the backyard, and all that shit is debt, man. All it is debt. They're shackled to the fucking dreams that they were searching for. And that's all it is. It's like, you want this, you're enamored with it, now you're stuck with it. Yeah, he did He did a lot of shitty things. Right, like he cheated on her and like all these other things. But the fact is, like, if he was just cheating on her, right, and they were financially good, they probably just got divorced. But like he was so far in debt, like they had to sell the house, they'd have to split the house, and he'd had to pay for the house the next 15 years of his life. He'd have 3 kids he'd had to pay child support for. He'd have, you know, this whole sob story that his wife is on lupus, and let's not pretend that, you know, like I'm not justifying like him killing. Like he's a piece of fucking shit. But I'm trying to say like the overall environment that they both lived in was shitty because of financial choices. Yeah, he's a murderer. He killed his entire family. I don't want to write letters to Chris Watts. What's that shit gonna read like? Hey Chris Watts. Sorry about the matricide. I was watching videos on you on YouTube the other day and I noticed your head looks like an alien egg. Do you think if your inmate cracked your head open, a face hugger would come out of it? Just a question. Things I think about when I'm sitting in the bathtub. Period. So, is anal sex really that important in your life? You know, like this. What was this letter read like? No, I haven't looked into Golden State Killer. I watched some of that sometimes when I'm grinding in games. Like the guy who like killed the kids because they played their music too loud at the gas station. He was like one thing I noticed with that story is like at no point during all the interrogation that man went through did the police be like, "Oh, you just admitted to drinking and driving. Let's let you stay the night here in jail." Like the man said he was had 3 or 4 glasses of wine before he went to the store. Jonestown, yeah, that's that Jim Jones shit, right? Where they all drank the Kool-Aid down there in South America. What about Heaven's Gate? You ever see the Heaven's Gate shit? Where like they thought like an alien ship was flying behind a comet and the world was gonna come to the end, and you had to like kill yourself a certain way and have certain items to get on the fucking comet. This is a Shih Tzu. She's about 5 months old. Bailey. Dog. You act like that like it was a miracle some people left beforehand. Your boy Jordie would have checked out when you handed him the fucking pamphlet. I would have been reading that motherfucking pamphlet. I've been like, oh, do you want me to cut my fucking balls off? Ah, fam, I'm not gonna hang out with your cult. Yeah, because I believe this is Heaven's Gate. Like they had dudes cutting their nuts off, and like only like the head of the church got to sleep with all the women. I was like, no, thank you. I got my own cult. I let Gulag Kingpin run it. Motherfucker better get my money every month. Just imagine standing in that motherfucking line, dog. Imagine standing in that line in like some fucking side room of an LA mansion to get your fucking dick chopped off. No, thank you, man. What's harder, boxing or baseball? Like as a skill set? Like, I would go. I think hitting a baseball is still the hardest thing to do in sports. But there's fewer people that are good at boxing. And the few people that are good at boxing, a lot of those guys are propped up. Like, I know this is like a popular opinion, but like Deontay Wilder was 100% a propped up champion. Tyson Fury exposed that man. Exposed him. There's some really good quality fighters out there. Like Anthony Joshua, I think is a quality fighter. That guy that Tyson Fury just recently beat, that his father died right when he fought him. They cut his eye real bad. It's the Swedish guy. What is his name? What's that Swedish fighter's name? Otto Wallen. I think Otto Wallen's going to be a quality heavyweight fighter. That was a good fight he brought to Tyson Fury. Otto Wallen took Tyson Fury 12 rounds right before Tyson Fury humiliated Wilder. So like he fought Tyson Fury at his peak, like the Tyson Fury that could beat Klitschko again. Reggie Gamer, I could see how you could say he's legit, right? But look at it this way: the only reason Deontay Wilder fought Fury to begin with was because Fury was 150 pounds overweight. He was coming off drug addiction, and he had a downward spiral in life. He 110% was cherry picking Fury. But what he didn't realize is Fury was good enough technically to be at 50% and still outbox him 10 out of 12 rounds. Right? At 50%. So, like, only people that went into the Tyson Fury Wilder match 2 just didn't watch boxing, because Tyson Fury at 100% beats the fucking brakes off Deontay Wilder every fucking day of the week. And that's what happened in Wilder 2. He got beat the fuck up. I'm going to call it here. I'm going to call this here. You're going to see more of the same in Tyson Wilder 3. Because, like, I think Wilder caught an ass cutting so bad that it destroyed his confidence. He caught the same ass cutting that Mike Tyson caught against Buster Douglas. Wilder was been told he is the champion. He has the hardest boxer, and he is the hardest guy in boxing ever. Hardest hitter in boxing ever. And propped up with, like, cherry picking dudes. Like, Mayweather did the same thing. Mayweather didn't fight Pacquiao in their prime. He fought Pacquiao at the end of his career. You know, not to take anything from Mayweather. Mayweather did fight some dudes in their fucking prime as well. But, like, I think Pacquiao was what everybody wanted to see, and he waited and waited and waited. And he cherry picked Pacquiao when he felt like he could beat them. Because, like, Father Time's undefeated. Like, at some point, there's always going to be somebody younger, faster, stronger, with the same skill set as you. And you're just going to be a little bit slower. Hell, look at my Rainbow record. Look at my Call of Duty record. All that's the same. Just like when he fought Fury, right? Wilder fought Fury because he was 150 pounds overweight, battling drug addiction, and thinking about making a comeback in boxing. That's when he goes, that's when I want to fight Fury. He could have fought Fury earlier. Wilder was fighting when Fury won the title from Klitschko. He could have stepped up right then and there and like, yo, I want to fight Fury. I want to prove I'm one of the best. But he didn't. How do I rate Mayweather all time? Honestly, Floyd Mayweather? He might be the greatest light heavyweight ever. Like he beat everybody in his that he was supposed to beat in his boxing generation. He just did a couple past their prime, like Pacquiao. I think The Undertaker beat Mike Tyson. I mean, no. Cheeto, I don't know if I can say it. Whatever. Like, I've never been one of those guys that, like, wore, like, button down, like, anime shirts and things like that. Like, when I was a kid, we played, like, baseball. And, like, granted, I was on the nerdy side. I loved, like, Sega Genesis and, like, shit like that. And, like, when I was a kid, it was, like, something you kind of try to hid. You hid the fact that you played Nintendo and, like, Sega Genesis and stuff like that. Do I have a Maddox jersey? No, I wish I did. I wish I had, like, a signed Magic jersey. Come here, great baby. Dude, when YouTube was fun was when I looked forward to people's comments. Yeah, Dr. Gray was actually was the cat friend I got for Rocco. Because, like, when I got Rocco, I felt bad because Rocco never wanted to play. So I tried to force him to play. And he's just not who he is. He's like an 8-year-old cat. So I'm like, well, if I get another cat, he won't be as lonely. And it won't cost that much more money since I have all the basic cat stuff. All you got to do is get like another litter box. But I got a bougie ass cat. Like Dr. Gray only eats wet food, whereas Rocco only eats dry food. Like Rocco's really cheap. Like I can get a 13-pound bag of dry food and last 3 months because only Rocco eats it. Like Grayson costs like $15, $15 or $30 a month to feed. There was a point in my life where I did nothing but hoard money. All I did was hoard money. Like, and that's the point where like you'll see a lot of like I had like a Spider-Man shirt, a Thunder Buddy shirt, like a Guinness shirt. I had like 4 shirts that I had, and I refused to buy shirts, shoes, socks, underwear. If there wasn't gigantic holes in my underwear, I kept them. I wouldn't spend $10 on a pair of underwear. But my bank account looked nice. But at the same time, was I happy? You gotta find the happy medium. You gotta do things for you. You gotta make yourself feel good. You gotta cut your hair. You gotta buy the nice soap. If you want a fucking Ford Bronco, and that Ford Bronco will make you be happy, get the fucking Ford Bronco. Don't take yourself to the brink that you're living on like somebody else's dime. Like I understand Swell Time that that's a great idea to do like a virtual reality stream, but the real talk, like I have feelings, and like sometimes getting called fat hurts my feelings, and I'm afraid that doing that will give the trolls enough ammunition that I will that'll just make me sad. Oh, I got a letter the other day. Let me go read this letter. Oh hell, I can go to my desk. Later, Rock. Oh, it was written like this. I'm like on a scroll, but it goes. Dear Samuel Richard McGravy Jordan, hello, Richard. My name is blank. I would like to write you a letter in appreciation of you. First off, I really appreciate your great throwing arm. I like how your controller slams against the exercise bike every stream. It really shows your powerful strength. Second, I'm happy about how you read every comment every stream. It really shows how thoughtful and caring you are, even when you use automatic voice to read it for you, so you still care about people watching your streams. Third all, I really enjoy your music. You created such classics as Band World, Conway, and Modular Diet. Even your moniker, Big Ups Liquid Richard, is poetry in its own way. I look forward to you creating new content in the future. Sincerely, this person. I'm not sharing the name. But this is the shit I get, honestly. uh on that note, boys, I'm gonna go lay down with the wifey. I hope everybody had a wonderful time. Thank you, Mick, for the $50 donation. Thank you, Crowley, for some $40 worth of bits, my man.